This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row, all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults. With 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Thanks for listening to the Kim Commando Today podcast. While we make some changes and rearrange some stuff around here, here's a replay for your enjoyment.
So every once in a while, I get these emails from LinkedIn where they tell me, like, I am qualified for extra jobs.
Ooh.
And so I'm sitting there going, like, if this radio thing doesn't work out,
sure,
I have to keep my options open.
Always have something to fall back on.
Okay, so here are 5 jobs that I got this morning that I'm qualified to do. Number 1, at ABC 15 here in Phoenix, a non-news host.
Oh,
okay.
Burn?
What is that?
The entertainment news.
Okay, I could do that.
You can't handle real news. But.
No, not at all. Okay, number 2, I could be the head of the varsity boys soccer coach team in Surprise, Arizona.
Surprise, she knows nothing about soccer.
That's not going to work.
What in the world qualified you for that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, the third one is I could be a chess tutor in person for varsity tutors.
Have you ever been a tutor?
No.
Have you ever played chess?
Yes, I actually did play
She
chess.
got into chess. Yeah.
Yes, Barry and I play chess, and what happens is it just totally befuddles him because he plays chess like all day on chess.com. And then
So do I.
Okay, then I come in there and I just whip his butt. And he doesn't understand, because I don't know any of the rules.
She's totally chaotic. That's what
Yes.
it is.
Yeah, you're not like doing, Bishop 2, the Birkenstock formula. No. You're just going crazy.
Yes, I'm like, you know what? You're going to die. That's all it is. I'm taking everyone down. Okay.
It's just vengeance.
Now, this one is most interesting to me. Okay. At the Spectrum Retirement Communities, This is an on-site position in Chandler, Arizona. I could be the director of entertainment and programming.
Whoa.
Do it.
You sure could.
What do you think?
The commute to Chandler?
Might be too
that's
far.
in
Might be
person,
too
That's
much.
true. I live right down the street. I could maybe apply for that one.
You should.
You're actually not qualified. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And finally, this one says it all. I mean, think about this. I went to college. I have a degree in computer science, in the National Radio Hall of Fame, business owner, no debt, no investors, And so think about everything that has happened in my life, right? This is the epitome of my career right here.
The pinnacle.
This might be it. You ready?
Ready.
I could be a host at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Could be. There's no guarantee, but you could be.
What do you think?
If she interviews well, we don't know.
If she took that job, she'd own Longhorn within 3 to 4 weeks.
Yes, she would. We're not serving steak anymore. I just don't like it.
It's also commando horn now.
Just wanted to let you all know things are changing. That potato's all gotten way too much cheese. Okay, we need to cut back.
It's just tuna and salads from now on.
That's it. Raw tuna. That's all. All right. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am not applying for any of those jobs. So I am going to be the host here of Kim Commando Today. It is the award-winning podcast because, after all, I am the award-winning host, right? And not at Longhorn.
Oh, I was going to say, you already won an award. You haven't even taken the job there yet.
Exactly. And joining me, as always, for Kim Commando Today, this is our special Friday edition. We have our amazing content queen, Allie Seligman. Allie, what pearls of wisdom are you going to be sharing with everybody today?
Back. Bad news, Allie. Yeah. Ransomware. We know this word. We know it's bad. It's worse than ever, times whatever, maybe times 10, whatever you thought it was. So we're going to tell you how to stay safe, though. And then I've also got to make a way to make your Amazon account a little safer.
Who doesn't want that?
Yes, everybody, including you, Andrew Babinski. Who
That's my name.
I know. Like in the mornings, I hear you on my way into the studios because you are there with Beth and friends on 99.9 KEZ.
Right. And if you're anywhere in the country, you can download the iHeartRadio app and you can listen to us every single morning.
Excellent.
We get credit for that, so go ahead and plug that.
Have you plugged my newsletter yet?
On my show?
Yes.
So my story today is...
Oh, boy.
Moving on.
Oops.
Moving on. Here you go.
Put that on the to-do list.
the delivery robots could be weaponized.
No.
Dun, dun,
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. What else you got?
My tip?
Yeah.
I have an Amazon tip too, but it's not about security. It's about saving money.
That's better.
Lots and lots of money.
We like that. We like that.
We like that.
Okay, so we start with the news. Now, before I do this news story, and tell me, both of you, is there anybody in your life that you don't see anymore, you don't talk to anymore, but you look them up from time to time online just to see what they're up to?
Yeah, there was a young lady that I worked a telemarketing job with probably 24 years ago that I was infatuated with. And I've definitely, this is going to sound pathetic, but when I first became single, she owns a small business and we were doing this like plug a small business. And I messaged her and I was like, hey, I'm just going to let you know I'm plugging your small business on my radio show.
Did
by
she
the
respond?
Way, thanks.
That's it? That's a burn.
That is a big burn.
How about you, Al?
Yeah, I think people that are, old friends who I was really close with, and that thing where you stop being friends, and it wasn't particularly bad, but it's just like, it'd be weird if I reached out. But yeah, I'll look at you on the internet for sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about reaching out?
To some I do, yes.
But you just don't.
Yeah, there are some people where it's just like,
I don't do it
I got
either.
enough friends.
Yeah, I don't have time for any more
No,
people
you're just
in my
looking to
life.
see what they're up to.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this guy that I went to, I wanted to go to the high school prom with him.
Oh.
Okay. And then I asked him out to the prom. Because, that was me then, even, okay, I just get out of the way.
Right.
All right. So I'm like, do you want to go to the prom? And then he said no.
Why?
Okay. And
Did you have a date?
No, it was like about 10 years ago. I'm sitting there and I get an email from this guy. And he says, I've been feeling really bad all these years that you asked me out to the prom. And I hear you on WCBS in New York City every morning. Okay.
And I'm kicking myself.
He was gay.
Oh.
And I was like, thank God for letting me know all these years. I thought it was just me.
Instant self-esteem boost.
I mean, that's a reason to say no to you.
Exactly.
It is.
All right. So as it turns out, research says that when you do this, it gives you that feeling of reward. Like the dopamine kicks in, just as if you were watching something really happy and you're excited about it, is that when you actually go online and you start looking at things that you used to look at before, people who used to know, that it gives you that sense on the inside like, I'm happy now.
Staying.
What about this scenario? You go to look somebody up and their account's private or you're blocked from their account. And you're like, what did I do to you? We haven't talked for years.
Then you feel sad.
Yes.
Yes. That's not good.
And then you have to message someone else and say, hey, remember this person? Well, I'm blocked from them. Can you go on their page? Because you're not going to be blocked, and take a bunch of screenshots and send them to me. It's a whole thing.
It just adds up. So okay, let me ask you this. I got a DM from a person who used to work here.
Okay.
Probably, I want to say like 15 years ago.
Wow.
Okay. And she was a sales rep. Then she ended up working for the client that she called on. Okay.
I think I know who this client is, but go ahead.
Okay. So then she works for that person. Okay. And when she quit, she's like, I wasn't really sure like this whole radio thing was ever going to work out, anything like that.
Okay.
So then she sends me a note the other day. It says, I'd love for us to put the band back together and we could all go have cocktails, because I always knew that you would make it. I always knew in my heart that this was going to be an uber successful company.
Translation: Kim, I got fired.
Right.
Are you? Can I come over?
So how was the night out with them?
I told her that I'm really busy.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm just really, really busy. I don't want to be that person to say, you know what, this is not something I'm just not interested in doing.
Yeah, you got to lie. You absolutely have
If
to
she
lie.
listens to this podcast, you
She'll
just
know.
did it.
Okay. Just want to let you know.
You want us to edit this part out?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
She's probably not listening. She always thought it would never work out anyway.
True.
All right. What do you got, Andrew?
So let me start with this story. I was in California and I went to, have you ever heard of Pink's Hot Dogs?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, doing the tourist thing, we go there. I actually thought it was really cool. I thought the hot dogs were fine, but it was more of the environment, the atmosphere that was really cool. It's a landmark in LA. And after we were done eating, we decided we're going to walk around the neighborhood. We walk up and down the street, And at one of the corners, there is a food robot. And it's this little box that has 4 wheels and a lid.
Oh, yeah.
And you open it up and you pull your food out. Well, this thing was totally confused. It had no idea where to go, what was left, what was right. It would go forward 2 and then back 6 and then turn right and then turn left. We stood there for like an hour. But at no point was I ever worried about this thing. But what happened this week at Oregon State University is they have food robots all over campus. They deliver all the food from the commissary to the students, no matter where the students are. They could be standing in the middle of the street. You can drop a pin and the robot will show up. Well, someone put on social media that they had planted a bomb in one of the food robots.
Oh, gosh, really?
And the school freaked, deservedly so.
Right.
They rounded up all of the food robots, sent them to one central location so they could figure out if this was real or not. Now, before they brought in the bomb people, the person said, I was just joking. It was just a prank.
Not a funny prank.
Not at all.
No.
I mean, that's the prank that the cops get called on.
That's a federal prank.
But the thought popped in my head, though, that someone could actually weaponize these things.
That's frightening.
It could be a disaster. I mean, there's enough crazy people out there that this is actually possible. They shut these things down for 12 hours. They were sending messages throughout the campus. If you see a food robot, run.
Can you imagine? Who would have ever thought?
No.
That is crazy. I was driving back from LAX to Ian's house after we flew in from France, and it was like 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
And we're driving through the streets, and then I'm like, Ian, stop the car. Okay. Because he was picking me up. And on the streets, like outside of Beverly Hills, they had all these like scooters that were just driving themselves back to the stations. And I thought, what the heck is that?
You thought it was the end times?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they used to hire people to pick them up.
No,
and
now
they just send them home.
Yeah, no, those scooters are like laying down. They get up, whoop, going home, baby.
Oh my gosh. I bet that's really bizarre to see.
It is. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. All right. What do you got for news?
On that happy note, let's talk about ransomware because it's getting worse than ever. Remember that, of course, you remember that big Move It data breach. This resulted in so many ransomware attacks. But in September alone, 514, which you think, okay, maybe not that bad. Ransomware attacks are bad. So the average, do you know what ransomware is, Andrew?
Sure.
You're looking at me like maybe not.
I'm listening. I'm sucking it all in.
Okay, so imagine.
I don't know what it is, but don't tell her. Yeah, I'm following.
If you got the newsletters every day, you'd know what it is.
About time. Okay, so you're sitting there on your computer. Maybe you get an email, a pop-up, something. All of your files are locked. You don't have access to them anymore. Someone has stolen them, encrypted them, and for you to get them back and unlock your files, you need that encryption key. How do you get it? You give them a whole lot of money.
Right.
Okay. So this year, what do you think the average loss is if your business gets hit by ransomware?
Your business?
Yes.
20 grand.
Okay.
I was going to go higher. I was going to say 50.
$1.54 million.
Ouch.
How many businesses can actually pay that?
Not a lot. And so some of this is the ransom, right? It's the money you pay, but there's also so much time and money lost. Okay. Remember when we talked about MGM? They couldn't book their rooms for 22 days because
$100 million they lost?
Yeah, that hurts the average right there.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
These big ones do hurt the average. For small businesses, it is something like $150,000.
Which is still crazy.
Yes. If that's a big part of your revenue, that's so impactful. That's nuts. 97% of organizations who've had their data stolen this way and encrypted get it back. So in almost all cases, if you pay the ransom, you get it back. It is a very dangerous game, though, it's kind of like we don't negotiate with terrorists, but people usually end up doing it because it's faster, it's easier than trying to do it yourself.
Using the MGM example you brought up, they got their information back. They got everything back. Now, it's probably all on the dark web also, but they got it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's usually the threat, right? So if you don't pay us, we're going to make sure everybody knows that this happened to you, which is what happened to MGM. Usually if you can kind of do it on the sly, they won't put all your stuff out there on the internet. Okay, we know that this is bad. How do you protect yourself and your business? The one good thing, most regular people, me, Andrew, we're not going to really be targets of this, right? Kim?
I know, me.
Yeah. Businesses, for sure. Higher profile people, yes. Because you just have maybe more money to spend as a business. more information that you want to keep private. So all the normal stuff, right? Your passwords, your don't click weird stuff, download weird stuff, because it's often spread that way, like malware. But the real key is having lots and lots of backups of your data. Because think about it. If someone stole your stuff, encrypted it, but you have another copy.
Who cares?
Who cares? Just say,
right?
You know what? Go pound sand.
Exactly. So you want one of those, especially if you have a business, you want one of those to be offsite in some way. That can be in the cloud, or it could be a physical copy that's, kept somewhere safe. Make sure if you have a business, people only have access to the things that they really need access to. That is often the reason, not because, me having access to a file, I'm going to do something, but if someone gets into my account and they can get access to it. So only let people get what they need. And then there's something called, this is a very fancy cybersecurity term, zero trust security. And that, so that is the thing that annoys us all, but it actually really works. That's when you have to sign in every time. So instead of you just always being logged in, this makes it so that, you actually have to log in every time, but it is a lot safer and annoying.
But, as a business owner, you have cyber insurance.
Yes.
Okay. And those costs have gone up astronomically.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you may never need it.
Yeah, but I may never need car insurance too.
Right. But I'm saying you're paying whether you get hacked or not.
Exactly. But there are ways to defer that and to lower those costs. And that's where you have to talk to your agent. But it's stuff like doing those phishing schemes to see who can fall for, a fake Google email, which by the way, we did that.
We get one at iHeartRadio probably once a month.
So the last one that we sent out, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was one person who fell for it.
Just one?
Just one person.
Was it Barry?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, how can that be? Jeremy comes over. He's like, I got good news and bad news. Good news is that just about 99% of everybody knew it was a phishing scheme. That one was your husband. I'm like, oh, darn it. Here's what happened.
Was it a discount ham radio website?
You know what? I used that line that you did about him having this ham radio hobby. I have used that so many times.
Which line? I don't remember.
Okay, the line was So Barry quits on top when he was in the #1 show on KFYI. Okay, and then he goes and he gets into ham radio, and so I think you came over to the house and you saw all of his ham radio stuff, and the guy must have had, I don't know. I'm not kidding you. He probably had 25 different antennas on the roof. And he promised me that I would never see it, which, by the way, I'm like, I see all of them. Okay. So you came over and you looked at all the ham radio stuff and you looked at Barry and you said, let me get this straight. Okay. You quit KFYI, the #1 host in town.
Highest radio ratings the station had in his last year there.
Right. Ever. Making $500,000 a year.
Right.
Okay. To spending $40,000 on ham radio equipment so you could talk to Bob in the Green Valley, Arizona.
And he did. And then you get well, you don't understand. Let me explain why.
Did the explanation work on you?
No, I stopped listening.
And so in our house in Santa Barbara, his office is right next to mine. So I can hear him. I can actually hear him doing the ham radio
stuff?
Yes.
Do we call it hamming as a verb?
I have no idea.
We should.
Hey, Bear, you been hamming this morning?
Hey, hamming?
But it's like, I just want to hear WE7532, my coordinates are blah, 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 blah. And then you have some guy go, I'm 57823, whatever, XXX.
Have you ever hammed with him?
Yes. You know what? You know what? So here's what I do when he's there doing it. I totally freaked him out last time. And so he was sitting there talking to somebody and I picked up a microphone because he doesn't use headsets. He uses mics. Okay. So I picked up a mic and I said, if anybody's listening, you would love my free newsletter at getkim.com.
Did you really?
Yes. And he went ballistic. He's like, oh my God, that's against FCC regulations. Don't you be doing that.
Hey, now all the ham radio stuff's a tax write-off. You used it for promotional purposes.
But I was only kidding.
Oh, sure.
That's it. Yeah, it was a joke.
All right, coming up, we have a true story about somebody here in our team who went to an Airbnb and there was a hidden camera. Yes. And then you guys have Amazon shopping tips. And then I have a fairly decent joke at the end. I'm not even going to play it up that it's great because it's not that good. I was in a hurry, but I think you'll love it.
Let's practice our fake laughs so we can make sure it works.
Here.
Oh, good one, Kim. That'll work. That'll do.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can. In the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
All right, so welcome back to Kim Commando today. And if you have not already gotten our newsletters, what do you have to do, Andrew?
You go to getkim.com and sign up.
Because
it only takes 2 minutes a day. Is this the one where it only takes 2 minutes a day?
It's about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes a day to read, and I promise I will sign up at one point. I just keep forgetting.
Okay.
But you shouldn't forget. You sign up.
Yes, over at getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. All right, so I call her our magnificent Madini. Okay. Maddie is our show producer. She picks the news with me every morning. We write scripts together. She helps me put together videos and find the people who interview. I mean, she is magnificent. And Madini, because she's very magical. So Maddie comes in to my office on Monday. She was on vacation all of last week, which I think I missed her a lot.
We missed you so much,
We
Maddie.
did. We missed you. We did. We missed you so much. And she said, I have to tell you what happened on my Airbnb. And I said, hold that story. Hold that story. Because I want you to tell all of us what happened on your Airbnb.
Yeah, so I took a week off. It was really fun. But when we went to our Airbnb, I went with my boyfriend. And we went to our Airbnb. And the first thing we saw when we walked in was this crazy, waterfall. Crazy waterfall. It kept, streaming. And we thought someone was in the house. And then it led us to a room. And downstairs in the room, there was a vibration bed.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, there's a waterfall.
Was this Niagara Falls?
So it was we were in LA. It was a really cool house in Laurel Canyon. And, it's really pretty. But when you walked in, there was a waterfall, and it was all about the good vibes and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then you get to after the good vibes, you get to the vibration bed?
So we thought, there was the waterfall going on. We're like, is someone in here? Because it felt kind of strange. So we called out, is someone in here? And then we saw a room, and it said vibration room.
Hey.
And
is it one of those beds that you have to put a couple quarters in?
That's
and then
what I thought of
shakes?
too, like Vegas.
Yeah, it's similar.
Like
so
Vegas.
we walked downstairs, and there was tanks with fish and weird stuff everywhere. And then there was this kind of vibration bed,
Okay.
and it had headphones on it. And then with the headphones, I don't know what you were supposed to do, but I think maybe you were supposed to put them on and go on the bed to get the good vibes. And there were salt lamps too everywhere. And I was like, this is strange. This is really weird. I'm like, this is the kind of place where someone would record you. I'm like, and then I look into the corner, and I'm like, sure, it was right there in front of me. It was a camera.
Pointed at the vibration bed?
Pointed at the vibration bed. It was a Ring cam.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it was pointed straight at the vibration bed. And I was like, what's going on here? So we booked it out of there.
Oh, you didn't stay?
No, because I thought that was strange.
You don't know where else the cameras could
Yeah,
be.
because there could be more cameras elsewhere, cameras in the bedroom, cameras,
Now, did you
showers.
see any pictures of any of this stuff, like the vibration bed or anything on the Airbnb listing?
No, not in the Airbnb listing. It was just
Did you try the vibration bed before you left?
Definitely not.
I would have tried the bed.
Absolutely, I would have tried it.
Do you know how
It
many
was just-
germs must be on that vibration bed?
A lot.
It was,
And they're
I
shaking.
don't know.
Those germs are just shaking everywhere.
I was thinking, they probably wanted some stuff to go down on the vibration bed and wanted to record it, probably to put online or something like that, or for their own private collection. So I don't know.
Now, did you report it to Airbnb?
Yeah, we took pictures. Took pictures of everything, and we sent it over to Airbnb.
Did you get a refund?
No, not yet.
What?
Because it did say, I didn't know this, but there was cameras on the property.
So they did list it.
They listed it, but not, cameras directed in your bedroom. That's strange to me. So I don't know.
Was that the main bedroom?
No, it wasn't the main bedroom.
But it was a bed.
But it's a bed. That's a bed still. It was weird to me.
Okay, it's a vibrating bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what could you possibly use that for?
I
can't think of anything.
No, me either.
Nothing.
Well, the Airbnb host wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't there. He said he was on a shoot, which I was wondering, what kind of shoot are you on after the fact? And
there's a writer's strike. I don't know if he's really on a shoot right now.
Yeah, I was
the writer's strike is over.
Yeah, he's a photographer probably. I don't know. It was just strange to me.
He definitely is a photographer.
The house was kind of it was in a hippie kind of neighborhood.
Well, Laurel Canyon's definitely out there.
Yeah, it's kind of out there, and it was pretty. It's really pretty, but there are salt lamps everywhere. I just thought there was something going on.
Maddie didn't want to end up on the internet on that vibrating bed. That's fair.
Okay, so safety tips, right? Always look for cameras.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Do the old flashlight on your phone. There's also an RF detector. Check wireless networks.
At least that one was in plain sight. Because, there's a bunch of hidden cameras that could be all over the Airbnbs.
Yeah. Right.
And you'd have no idea.
I do think it was smart, though. The first thing Maddie said was, it felt weird. I felt like something was off. And so you looked around. And that's good. I think a lot of people can ignore that kind of intuition. When
I'd
it's
have jumped right on that vibrating bed.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, thought about cameras.
Yeah, I think I would have tried it out.
Yeah, you have to.
Come on.
I would be afraid of germs. I'm just saying right now.
There had to have been germs. There was hair everywhere. In the place. And it was enough for me to be, I don't want to be here.
But you found another place to stay.
Yeah, go to a hotel.
Okay.
Good.
I hope you can get a refund.
But I did read an article that stuff like this is causing people to go back to hotels from Airbnbs. The fees, dealing with the owners, all these things are adding up and people are going back to hotels.
Well, I rented a house a couple of years ago in Laurel Canyon.
Any furniture and vibrate inside of it?
Nothing.
All right.
Okay, I didn't know whose house it was. Okay, but it's this beautiful house on the top of the canyon with this overlooking pool. And I'm not, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
We rented it. So it was like Ian and a friend and Barry and I, we go hang out at this house. And then somebody rings the doorbell and says, I have a package. And I'm like, is Jeremy here? I'm like, I have no idea who Jeremy is. I'm like, just leave it, and I'll make sure that it gets to the owner. And then all of a sudden there's like paparazzi outside the gates. And I'm like, Ian, find out who owns this house.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'd guess. It's either Piven. Yeah. Oh, it is Piven. Jeremy Piven.
Yes. Renting out his house for I don't know, $400 a night. That doesn't say a lot of good that's happening in that guy's career. I'm just saying.
Hey, money's money. If he's not going to be there, just take the cash.
Just it. Well, Maddie, thank you for sharing your story about vibrating beds with all of us.
So jealous.
Stay safe out there,
All right, what do you got, Andrew?
All right, so this is probably going to shock you, but I am not an Amazon Prime member.
Really?
I am actually shocked.
Yes, I have friends that give me passwords so I can watch football. Okay. But when it comes to the actual shopping, I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't do enough Amazon shopping. So when I do shop, I try to save as much money as possible because I have to pay for shipping.
How much is shipping?
$9.99.
Why don't you just pay like the $130 a year? You make big money.
I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't see it as a need. I also don't have big money. So these are all things that I don't have.
You do too. You make so much money.
Oodles and oodles of dollars. So there's a couple of tips that I have when you're shopping on Amazon. First thing is Amazon has an outlet store. I don't know if, this may people know, but it's a lot of clicks to get there. So I just Google search Amazon outlet. It brings you right there. These are all brand new things that are highly discounted, that are just overstocked on Amazon by their third-party sellers and the Amazon basic products as well.
There's returns in there too.
Now, that's the Amazon warehouse.
Oh, warehouse.
So if you want to go to the Amazon warehouse, put in your item. Let's say you wanted to do, like a stand mixer. And then right next to that, just to the left of the search box, there's an all button. Mm-hmm. Click on that and just scroll down until you see the Amazon warehouse. That's where you'll find open box return items that, again, heavily discounted. when you search that way. And if you're okay, like I got my kids' Halloween costumes through the warehouse.
Did you?
That.
Yeah, they didn't come in boxes. They were just in bags. It wasn't the right packaging, the in-store packaging, but it's the same exact thing, same exact product, and I saved like $20.
So anything missing in the costumes?
Oh, yeah, the face mask was missing and the shirt and the bottom, but otherwise it was all there. The other thing you can do if you don't have Amazon Prime, and this is actually pretty cool, if you don't want to pay for shipping, you have to spend $35. So I normally wait until I got a couple of things I need, and then it'll add up to $35. But let's say I'm like an inch away, just 35 more cents, just $1 more, and I get the free shipping. There's a website called cheapfiller.com. You go to cheapfiller.com, put in the amount you're away from $35, and they will show you all the items on Amazon that you can add to your cart. You just click on it, and it opens up in Amazon and just hit add to your cart. So you save the $9.99.
That's incredible.
36 cents is the cheapest thing on Amazon.
What is it?
It is a sander file cap. It's this little plastic cap, and it costs 36 cents.
And you bought one.
You use it as a filler.
You saved $10.
It comes in the same box, and then you chuck it, because I don't have any sander filler to cap. But you save $10.
You don't even know what it is.
No, just a little piece of plastic. There are Kool-Aid packets on there that are 25 cents, but those have to come from the Amazon shopping. And so normally you can't mix and match and get your save. Yeah, I've done this before. But so the cheapest thing I have seen is 25 cents for a Kool-Aid packet on Amazon.
The other day I was trying to get similar but different. I have Prime. I was trying to get to the free overnight shipping.
Right.
And you have to spend like $25 of certain stuff. And then, of course, I got suckered into buying like another $20 item.
Cheapfiller.com.
Cheapfiller.com.
Right.
And so Barry comes to me the other day and he's like, where the hell's a Whole Foods? And I'm like, what are you? Where does this come from? He's like, I don't know. Amazon says I have to bring it to Whole Foods.
20th Street and Highland. Barry.
I know. I told him.
Google Maps, Barry.
But it's just, sometimes it's like, I look at him and go, you're just like the angry old man.
Right.
When did this happen?
And I just laugh at him. It's like and I'm not even drinking.
And you didn't even answer him.
I know. Not just okay, what do you have for us, Al?
Mine's Amazon too. Security. Remember our big conversation about passkeys?
Yes.
Yes, Andrew, do you recall this?
Of course. It was just a week ago.
Okay. Basically, we talked about it with Google. You can set it up so that instead of having to type in a password, you can authenticate yourself on your device, and then you can use your fingerprint or your face to log into your account. Now you can do it with your Amazon account. So one more place, if you don't want to have a password that you have to put in all the time, you can do that. You have to do it through the web app first. And then if you have an iPhone, you can do it with the iPhone app. No Android support yet. That will come next. Oh. So go to your Amazon account, go to the security section, look for passkey, and then you can set that up.
Cool.
Yeah, no more passwords.
All right, coming up, I have a really crazy story about TikTok and tattoos.
All right.
Okay. Allie, you have a life upgrade. What's that about?
I do. I am going to talk a little bit more about typing with my voice.
Yay.
Yeah.
And then we have letters from our listener mail.
Letters.
We got letters. And then I have a okay joke at the end. It's not that wonderful.
Yeah, well, I think you're lowering expectations because it's going to be a banger, and you're just setting us up.
No, it's not.
All right.
It's not at all.
You're doing the opposite now.
I wish that were the truth, but it's not. It's not.
Let me tell you about a revolutionary new mobile voicemail app. If you've got a business, your voicemail is probably filled with messages from customers. Often the messages don't contain all the details you need. But what if you were able to get visual information from your callers? That's something you can't do with a traditional audio voicemail box, but you can with Fillmore Productions Video Voicemail. With Fillmore Productions Video Voicemail, callers receive a link to download the mobile app. There they can view important details about your business, watch videos about what you have to offer, and then leave you a video message. Actors and musicians can showcase what they do, and callers to medical practices or repair shops can report their issues visually. There are so many things that video voicemail can do for a business that makes audio voicemail a thing of the past. Discover what video voicemail can do for your business. Visit getvideovoicemail.com. That's getvideovoicemail.com. That's getvideovoicemail.com.
Hey, this is Kim Commando today. This is our Friday Fun podcast, and not that Monday through Thursday. It's not fun either, because it is fun, and that's the Kim Commando Show. That's, of course, my big radio show that's on, I don't know, over 425 stations, and, you know, I'm in the Radio Hall of Fame. Just wanted to let you know all of that.
Third mention of that this show?
Just soon kidding. To be a server at Longhorn. Oh, excuse me, a host.
I'm a host.
Sorry, you're not even going to get tips.
No.
They're not going to trust her with a tray full of drinks. Were you crazy?
You know what? I was a hostess at Hula Hands.
Hula Hands?
Yes, that was one of my first jobs.
Aw.
And
how'd that go for you?
I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And so I'm working the hostess stand, and it's a busy restaurant. And, you know, of course, you know, I don't know anything really at 16. And so, so I had to answer the phone and take reservations because we didn't have online reservations or anything then. And so I would just, you know, take the reservations and checking people in. I'm just doing all this like crazy things. And then I get a phone call and I said, okay, yeah, I'll take care of it. And I get on the PA system and I said, Mr. Jack me off.
Oh my.
You have a phone call, Mr. Jack
Was he there?
me off.
He was busy.
And everybody in the restaurant started laughing. And I was so embarrassed. Because I was like, oh my gosh. It's like Mr. Jack Mehoff, you know?
So sweet and innocent at 16.
Did you get in trouble?
No, everybody's just, because I think my face was like 8 shades of red. You know, it's like, so anyway, our What the Heck headline of the week. Here it is. Here's the title. Man tattoos his online haters on his body as revenge.
Whoa.
You know, this is kind of crazy. So this guy has some trolls. His name's Ethan. He's a TikToker from Tampa. He's got 22 tattoos on him from online haters.
And he's just opened his account. It's only a couple of, I think maybe a month old. And he's in the hundreds of thousands of followers for what he's doing.
Okay, so this guy Otis criticized Ethan for his face tattoos on his videos. And he said it would cost him a shot at getting any type of decent job. So Ethan tattooed Otis's face on his body.
What?
Okay. Nina called Ethan an internet bully. And so he posed as a hot blonde online, struck up a conversation with Nina's husband. They started venting about his marriage. And his exact words, I won't be with her much longer. She's making me miserable. Oh. So Ethan tattooed that message on his body.
Oh, my God.
He actually went and met him.
What?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Best
that.
buds.
Then a TikToker named Kim, that's not me, got his account deleted, dropping him from 250,000 followers to 10,000 followers. And then he got a tattoo of her grandma flames in a fire extinguisher.
That one's hardcore.
Yeah, that's really it. So what do you think?
Do you have the conservative guy?
No.
So he got in a big online fight with a guy who's very conservative.
Okay.
And he got his upper body tattooed on him wearing a pride sweater. A gay pride sweater.
Okay, now these are real tattoos.
Absolutely they are. And everyone's threatening to sue him. They're trying to.
Why?
Like their likeness? Is it for stealing their?
Correct.
Yeah.
And they have no case. They absolutely have no case.
No.
I could go get a tattoo of Kim on my butt right now if I wanted to. She's a celebrity.
I could. Can you get it someplace else?
I could, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, see, you're just saying because I'm a pain in your.
Well, there's layers of reasons why.
Oh, nice.
So besides the hater part of this, what is his channel about? What does he do? Who is he?
Nothing. This is what he does. He is the tattoo guy now.
Yes.
And he's monetized his account and he is making money.
This is troubling to me for many reasons. This whole thing is weird.
Well, the fact that people care that much.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone wants to go out and get my face tattooed on because they don't like me, more power to you.
I wonder how many people have been his fake hater because they're like, oh, I really want to be a tattoo on this guy.
Let's do it.
You should try.
Yeah. What? How about getkim.com?
Ooh.
Always bring it back.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. All right. We are opening up our letters from our listener mail. Okay. Let's see. I'll go first.
Okay.
Kim, listen to the show each morning. Thank you. Want to know, should I download an AI app? You were talking a couple of days ago about how you wrote a small business plan with AI. I don't want to be left behind. I own a couple of businesses, a 150,000 volume Christian store and a cleaning business. They go together. Would this AI chat stuff be helpful?
Stuff, the AI stuff.
He's not from. He's from Denver.
No more accents.
Okay.
What's wrong with my accent?
Last
That's
time
a
your
Denver
joke.
accent. I know. I listened to it like 5 times. It's hilarious.
Dumb Daryl.
So the AI chat stuff, yeah, you can use it. Fire up an account at ChatGPT, and then just start typing some questions.
Have you seen that AI website? This maybe I should save this for a tip, so I have to do less work for next week. But where you can write out a website on a piece of paper. Just take a pencil, write out a website, design it, what you want buttons to look like, what you want them to do when the buttons are pushed. Take a picture of it, load it into AI, and it spits out the HTML code.
What is it called?
Wow.
Can't remember.
Talk about this next week because that's awesome.
Yeah, edit this out
awesome.
so I have less work to do, please.
That's really great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's literally pen and paper and a picture, and it turns it into a website.
Okay, so I got sucked down an Instagram hole this morning on Reels that if you use that, there's an add-on. I'm going to try it. There's an add-on for Canva with ChatGPT. So you could just say, I want to create an ad for this, this, and this, and then Canva will just spit it out. Have you tried that?
No, I haven't tried it.
The only problem I have with it, I've definitely tried it. The only problem I have with it is the body parts. If you want, like, I want a person eating a taco, they're going to have 36 fingers.
Yes, that's a problem.
And they also have, I don't know why the AI struggles with language so much, but M's
Like
are
the
upside
fake
down.
characters.
Yes. Or they just use characters, but it's beautiful. Like it's rendered beautifully, but it's not real words.
No.
But I've used it. I've used the one on Canva.
A real quick tip for that person. If you were looking for the ChatGPT app, there are still lots of fakes. So go to the ChatGPT
She's like
website.
our security queen.
Seriously.
It's just who I am right now. Go to the ChatGPT website and they have the official links to the app stores and download it there.
Very good points. Very good points. Okay, Andrew, you got your letter?
Yes, this is from Denny in Lincoln, California. On a recent podcast, Andrew shared a shopping comparison app. You input a product name and it gives you all the online sites selling and the prices. What was the name? Now, I did mention this website.
I can't remember it.
It's just for furniture. It's just for furniture. It's not for everything that's available online. It is spoken.io. And because they wrote the letter, I went and I did a little research and I have an example. I looked up just an accent chair. Okay. Picked one off of Google, got the name of it. It's called the Pullman Upholstered Accent Chair. On the website allmodern.com, that chair is $530. On hedgeapple.com, it's the same exact chair, but it's called something totally different. It's the Laliette accent chair, $809.01.
The boutique version.
So this is only for furniture, but they have all kinds of furniture, outdoor furniture, like I said, ottomans, whatever, anything you can find on the furniture websites. They'll take it from the manufacturer, slap a new name on it, and charge $300 more.
Nice.
So this is a way to search for it.
Beautiful.
Nice. That's a good one. All right. What do you got, Al?
Speaking of haters.
Oh,
yeah. We got a note from Gabby. She sent this to Kim. Fun podcasts and full of wonderful info.
Thank you.
Nice co-hosts. But, all caps, I believe Allie's laughter comes across as fake. I'm not saying she is fake, but her laughter comes too soon. And sometimes it is too intense.
Too soon.
For the joke, in quotes, or comment. Okay, Gabby, here's the deal. I'm a scream laugher. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a loud laugher. It's not fake.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching you the whole time. It's not like you're watching Kim's
Waiting to
mouth,
laugh.
waiting for the punchline.
Yeah, it's just who I am, I guess.
You know what? Maybe we need to lose the laughter signs.
Yeah.
Because I think
the
wink.
laugh.
Yeah. No. The signs. The holding up signs that say laugh now.
Oh, yeah.
And then in post-production, they add laughs every 13 seconds, no matter if something is funny
or not.
is said or not.
It's like a whole soundtrack.
You could get rid of that.
Maybe Gabby heard my laugh track. Maybe that's what it is.
It's probably what it is.
Well, but we appreciate honest feedback, Gabby.
No, we do. Gabby, I do appreciate that. My question is, what do you want to be done about that? Because this is just my laugh.
That's just
so
the way it is.
you're just going to have to get used to me.
Are you self-conscious about it if you're a scream laugher?
She is.
Not anymore. I had to, I've reckoned with it.
My sister's a scream laugh, and I can't go to a comedy club with her because she just becomes the center of attention.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not that bad.
Oh, she's awful. Love you.
All right. So then we have more reviews. Our reviews are just pouring in.
Good.
I mean, let's see. Somebody just said it's a must, 5-star. And then talking about the Buddy app, how you can use that to find gas prices. Let's see. Great show. Love all the tips. Let's start with Simp. I have no idea what it is.
But you're entered.
Yep.
Regardless of you knowing the definition,
Exactly.
you're eligible.
Yep.
Second, I think of your show as a 5-course meal. Each day I get a different course, and Friday is the dessert. Well, he didn't spell dessert. He said desert.
Oh, Friday is the desert. Yes.
It's both.
I like the A kids, Andrew and Allie. Perfect way to end the work week. I work in IT. I use many of your tips daily in my job. You make me look good. Thank you for being there. And I finally joined the Commando community. Oh, David in Arkansas.
David, that's like a picture perfect review.
Seriously.
Also,
copy
the
and
A
paste
kids.
that.
Look at us.
The A kids?
Love it.
A kids.
I don't know what an A kid is.
Me and you, our names start with A.
Oh, I did
Not
not
the smart
understand
kids.
that.
Really?
Not the
Oh
smart
my
kids.
gosh. Really? You're not kidding?
I get it now.
Oh,
Good
thanks. Thanks for joining us. Okay. So here's the deal with the simp. Simp means that you are a fan, right? You like everything. And that we are going to be randomly selecting somebody to get some Kim Commando swag.
And this is the last episode.
Yes, so you have to
Before
do it
you
now.
pick a winner.
And so you have to use the word simp, S-I-M-P, somewhere in that review. And then we will randomly select whoever that is. Like this is Wilson in Arizona, just says simp, 5-star, love this show, and I'm a simp.
That's all you need.
There you
That's all
go.
you need to say. Then here's one, 5-star, I'm a simp. Okay, listen to this one. I might not be a simp for Kim Commando.
Still counts because it put it in the review.
Okay, I don't think so.
No?
It's my show cap. I'm not giving somebody a show cap who doesn't like me. He's going to be wearing it going, hate her, hate her, hate her, hate her. Okay, but wait, it goes on. But I am one for Allie.
Oh.
Hearing her kind, upbeat voice just brightens my day.
Well, what about her awful laugh, though?
He says that. He says that. He says, but her laugh is horrendous. But this is the part I don't understand, Jerry. I don't understand this. He ends it by saying, I look forward to singing over the next episode of this great podcast.
Or we use background music.
He sings over the top?
That's what it says. I look forward to singing over the next episode of this great podcast.
That had to be an
Surely it's a
autocorrect.
typo. Yeah.
What is it? I look forward to
Winning my cap.
Simping?
Simping.
It says singing.
Yeah, but maybe his phone didn't realize what simping was and just changed it to singing.
I think it's simping.
I don't care. He still doesn't win the cap. Okay. I might not be a simp for Kim Commando. Totally disqualified him.
It's not either huge fan or hates you.
Okay.
Like someone can be in the middle.
Yeah.
Jerry probably likes you.
They can think you're just swell. Nothing
but
more,
he says
nothing
he's not a
less.
simp.
He's a simp for Allie. That means he's not going anywhere.
But she has a terrible laugh.
We'll send him an Allie cap.
Oh, yeah, I'll make him a hat. Jerry, I'm not going to make you a hat, but thank you.
No, just like write Allie on a piece of paper and duct tape it to a hat.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
it.
I could
Done
get
and
that.
done.
puff
We're on a
paint.
budget. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. Last weekend, wherever you get your podcast, see if you can leave a review. Apple seems to be the place where you can leave the reviews. Allie, because you were saying like there's really no other place that you can now.
I have looked everywhere. It doesn't look like on Spotify or Google or any of the other places. Either you can or people use it. So really it is kind of an Apple thing.
That's weird.
I know.
No, that is weird. There used to be reviews all over.
I know.
So on Apple,
Yes.
leave us a review. Use the word simp. Be nice.
Yep.
And you have a greater chance.
Show your devotion to Kim if you want a chance to win.
Maybe I'll just send Jerry Cap just to bust his chops. And so we got a lot more coming up, so stay right where you are.
Let me tell you about a revolutionary new mobile voicemail app. If you've got a business, your voicemail is probably filled with messages from customers. Often the messages don't contain all the details you need. But what if you were able to get visual information from your callers? That's something you can't do with a traditional audio voicemail box, but you can with Fillmore Productions Video Voicemail. With Fillmore Productions Video Voicemail, callers receive a link to download the mobile app. There they can view important details about your business, watch videos about what you have to offer, and then leave you a video message. Actors and musicians can showcase what they do, and callers to medical practices or repair shops can report their issues visually. There are so many things that video voicemail can do for a business that makes audio voicemail a thing of the past. Discover what video voicemail can do for your business. Visit getvideovoicemail.com. That's getvideovoicemail.com. That's getvideovoicemail.com.
I just want to give you some inside scoop about our free newsletters. Right now, you may be getting 2 newsletters every single day. And we are scaling back because we have read all the reviews. That's right. I read every single review for the newsletters. And it seems like we're just giving out too much information. So now you're only going to get 1 newsletter every single day in the morning. It's going to have the tech news, the top story, and some tech hacks and device advice, and always something truly funny at the end. And so make sure that you sign up for the podcast. Head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. All right, before we get to my stellar joke at the end, well, not, Allie, give us a great tech life upgrade.
I will. Andrew, you don't know this about me, but I have carpal tunnel.
Oh, no.
I know. It's not fun.
A horrible laugh and carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
How are you even married?
I don't know. Maybe I developed all these things. I mean, the carpal tunnel is definitely new. The bad laugh, he just dealt with it.
Seriously, though, that stinks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does stink. I got some cortisone shots recently, and it's really helped. But one of the worst things is typing. It feels much better now with the shots, but I have been on this okay, what can I do to make this easier? So I have those weird 2-part keyboards everywhere. I've got those dorky, tall mice at all my workstations.
Didn't you show me you're sleeping in something?
I sleep in a brace. That's another reason that my husband loves me, because I sleep in my super cool brace at night. But one of the things that irritates it the most that I have to do a lot of for my job is type, right? I'm typing all day long. And so in the beginning, I tried doing some of the voice stuff, and it didn't go very well for me. But slowly I realized, you know what, I can't not do this. So I have to get okay with it and let me figure out how to make this actually doable for doing some of my work with my voice. So a few things that have helped me. I have found that Google Docs, so it has it built in, so does Word. Google Docs is way more finicky. If you pause, period.
Really?
Yes. And it's so obnoxious because then you have to go back, delete the periods, make the next letter not a capital. So if you are somebody that kind of pauses in your speech, I would go Word instead of Google Docs because it just isn't the greatest. One thing you can do, if it does something like maybe inserts a lot of extra spaces, which Google Docs does, you do that little Control F trick to find all those 2 spaces, and then you can replace it with 1. I haven't had great luck with things like saying comma, period, exclamation point, new paragraph in Google Docs. It just doesn't seem to work very well. And then I end up with the word comma everywhere.
It's annoying.
Again, very annoying. So I say just go through and clean up your punctuation at the end. You're really just using it to get the bulk of your thoughts out when you're talking, right? Use a microphone that's close to your mouth is going to be so much better than a webcam or a built-in microphone on your computer.
Do you use a headset with a mic?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. And that seems to be the best. The closer it is to your mouth, the better. Don't yell. I give this tip too for smart assistants. If you yell, you start to sound garbled and it has a harder time. So if you get, frustrated and you're whatever you want to say, it's just going to be worse. So calm yourself down, use your inside voice. And this one is one I use all the time. So often when I'm writing, so if I'm typing, right, and I know what I want the sentence to be, but there's a fact or something in it that I don't know yet. Instead of pausing, I just write it and I put a little placeholder for myself. When I'm typing, I usually do some X's or I do TK, which is old newspaper filler. But when you're doing this with Word or when you're speaking, you can say the word placeholder. So say I'm writing a sentence about, Kim Commando is on, oh no, I don't know how many radio stations Kim Commando is on. Well, I can say.
You're fired.
No, I do know. It's
I
an
know,
example,
I'm kidding.
Kim. Jeez. But no, I could say, Kim Commando is on placeholder stations in the United States.
Oh.
And then do that Control F trick, and you go back and just fill in all your little placeholders.
So smart.
Yes.
That's
smart.
And it makes you more efficient, right? You're not stopping to look up every single thing along the way. Those are my tips. I hope they help. If you write with your voice, you probably know it's a little bit of an exercise in patience.
It is.
And you have to go back quite a bit and clean it up if it is for some kind of formal writing. So you can use your friend AI for that, right? You can paste it in and say, hey, clean this up for me. But really, you're just going to have to do it yourself.
I can't even send a 2-sentence text message with my voice. I can't imagine trying to write an entire newsletter.
It needs a lot of cleanup. Yeah, it really does.
It's not
Isn't
quite
there a website where you could just record it into your phone, upload the audio, and then it translates it to text?
Yeah, there are several. Otter.ai is a good one.
Yeah, that one's fabulous. I like Otter.ai because if there are several people in the conversation, it's like person 1, person 2, person 3.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for my joke?
We are so ready.
Get that fake laugh ready to go.
I was going to say, don't laugh yet, Allie.
I'm winding it up.
Okay, you ready? Guy sticks his head into a barbershop and asks, how long before I can get a haircut? The barber looks around the shop and says, about 2 hours. The guy leaves. A few days later, the same guy comes and he sticks his head in the barbershop and says, how long before I can get a haircut? The barber looks around his shop and says, it's going to be about 2 hours. The guy leaves. Now, a week later, the same guy sticks his head into the barbershop and asks, how long before I can get a haircut? This time, the barber looks around the shop and says, probably about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. Then the guy leaves. The barber looks over at his friend in the shop and says, Bill, can you just follow that guy and see where he goes afterwards? A little while later, Bill, the friend, comes back into the barber shop, says, I don't know, Bill. I mean, I don't know if I should tell you. And the barber says, Bill, tell me, where did that guy go when he left? He says, well, he went to your house. Okay.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Was that a good laugh?
That was a real laugh.
Was it? Okay, here, let's try again. It was, he went to his house.
Holy moly, are you kidding me? Big slapper.
All right, on that happy note.
because he was sleeping with his wife.
Oh, my gosh.
That's it.
You remember the A's, Andrew, Allie.
A club.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we're doing the best that we can on the budget that we have. Just saying. That's just.
Well, I have so much money, so I don't even need to be part of the budget.
Thank you. Oh, I have that on tape. I got that.
Delete that, please.
Hey, if you have any comments for us, you make sure that you send them to us at podcasts@commando.com. Once again, that's podcasts@commando.com. Be especially nice because everybody in the building gets a copy of it. So it's podcasts@commando.com. Make sure that you review us. This is the last weekend to be a simp and to possibly win an official Kim Commando Show ball cap. And thanks for being here. Tell all your friends, and we'll see you next time.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.